gentlemen, the Cranbrook Girls Bugle Band. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you are well aware of their existence. They've been around for a good many years. I understand almost 50 years that band has been representing Cranbrook, not only here in Canada, but also in the Northwest USA. Of course, it's under the direction, and has been for many years, the direction of Mrs. Joyce Metcalf. And I would just like to mention here, she's been with the band several years, she tells me. She's not prepared to say exactly how many. I would like to mention here that it's not often that the band gets the opportunity to perform a tattoo on stage, and they're very pleased to have that opportunity this evening, and it's nice to have the facility to do it in. Thank you, Mrs. Metcalf, and your band. Congratulations. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bud Abbott, and I'm your host for this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miggs Sawchuck, and I am your hostess for this very, very special evening.
Yes, good luck. Yeah, I should have mentioned that, Miggs. It is a very special evening. You're quite right. This is the third night of our gala opening of this beautiful facility, and the third night of a great week of great talent.
That's indeed true, Bud. And we've been so blessed. We started out the first night with mime, comedy, music, dance. The second night was a wonderful evening of dance. And again tonight, we're blessed with very special talent.
We are indeed. Tonight is a very special in a slightly different way. This is the first time that our entire company of performers has consisted of teenagers. And that alone makes it an exciting occasion.
I think so, too. And speaking of teenagers, I think we're being inundated at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, because part of the discipline of being a member of a school band, or any band for that matter, is the care of your own equipment, including stands, chairs, music. Our stage director for this evening has decided that we should have the privilege of watching them as they set up their stage equipment. And I think it's a great idea. It is in itself an art form. Believe me, I've watched them do it many a day. But while they're doing that...
Yes, Miggs, I think we should really do a proper welcome to our audience here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls.
And all those in between. Welcome.
Welcome to this wonderful theater. And isn't it wonderful that this dream of 20 years is at last a reality, and that we're able to be here to enjoy it.
Now, Miggs, I think, there's a beautiful crowd here tonight. And I think it would be interesting to see how many in our audience were here on the first and second night. In other words, 3 in a row. Let's hear from you, all those who were here first and second nights, and this is your third occasion. How many?
Let's hear a clap from you. Come on, let's hear a clap. Come on.
Good. That's good. We've had, as Miggs said earlier, some great entertainment. Now, Miggs, I'm going to hand over to you for a little while here to tell our audience just what to expect.
Okay, Bud, thank you. We're starting this evening with the 2 stage bands from Laurie and Parkland School. And I thought it might, although most of you are parents and know what I'm talking about, it might be wise to give a little background information. Stage bands are also called jazz bands or big bands. And they derive from the great big bands of the Glenn Miller and Benny Goodman era, the 40s. They play most of their music in swing, of course, but they also play ballads, Latin, rock, and a fusion of several other art forms. The instrumentation is usually as follows: 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, 5 saxes, and of course the inevitable bass, drums, guitars, and the piano. Parkland Band is made up, I believe I'm right, Patty, of grade 9 and 10 students? Yes, and Laurie has grade 8s, 9, and 10. It looks like they're almost ready, but I'll just move over a little bit and let them have the center stage. We are delighted to have them with us tonight. They're just getting ready tonight for a big trip to Moscow, Idaho, to the Jazz Festival down there, and we'll tell you more about that between the two bands. I might mention, I've already said Patty, so you know this is Patty Stock, the director of the Parkland Band, and Laurie Band will be directed by Mr. Scott Martin. I believe that's right, they deserve a big round of applause. I don't think anyone except the students themselves and the parents who have to get up early in the morning to drive them realize how many hours these kids put in. It's quite amazing. Their dedication is something very special. But I will add, the gift they take away, the appreciation for music they have for the rest of their lives, makes the trip well worthwhile. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to turn it over to the Parkland Stage Band.
The first song we're playing for you is Blues for Mr. B. It's, there's a solo in it by Melina Sawchuck on trumpet and Allison Bouquet on tenor sax. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Allison Bouquet, and the next piece that we will be playing is Song for My Daughter by Jay Chataway. This is a ballad that features a flugelhorn solo which will be played by Tracy McAdam. I hope you enjoy the rest of the concert. Hello, my name is Bobby Jo Coldwell. The next piece that our stage band is going to play for you is My Funny Valentine. This Latin song features a trumpet solo which is played by Kevin Iwasco. And our stage band also hopes that you have a happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
One, two, three.
evening. The final piece our stage band will be playing for you tonight is Basic Bassy. Starts out with a nice solo on piano by Ryan Young, followed up by 3 wonderful solos. First, on alto sax, Bradley McInnes. Second, on trumpet, Jim Robinson. And last but not least, on the big Barry saxophone, Tim Ferguson. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the stage band part of the Parkland piece. Thank you.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Parkland Stage Band under the direction of Mrs. Patty Stock. And great show. Good. Thanks, Patty. The other band that you know is performing this evening is, of course, the Laurie Band. And these two bands will both be going shortly. That's next week, about a week from now. They'll be traveling to Moscow. That's the one in Idaho, by the way. And to participate in the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. This festival takes place on the campus of the University of Idaho and features over 400 groups, school groups, from throughout the Pacific Northwest.
That's right, Bud. But one of the biggest thrills, besides being able to play and share information and talent with that many other schools and that many other bands, is the fact that these people always come back with stars in their eyes. They actually get to meet big-name jazz artists such as Lionel Hampton, Phil Woods, Dizzy Gillespie. Many of them give workshops for these people while they're there, and they talk to them and discuss the various forms and transitions that have taken place in jazz itself. It's a most marvelous, marvelous opportunity. The presentation, the workshops, and the performances of the students themselves. It really is worthwhile, and I think a lot of credit must go to the band parents who helped make this possible.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting. I'd like to get down there myself and meet Lionel Hampton or Dizzy Gillespie or some of these fabulous characters. I wonder, would they let me join, do you think? Just for the trip?
I don't know. How are you on the harmonica? You might fit in. But while they're just finishing their setting up, I would like to mention, Patty Stock asked me to mention how grateful she is to the band's sponsors at Parkland School. Mr. Ray Ferguson, Mr. Don Holt, Mrs. Yvonne Werzer, Miss Kathy McDonald, and Miss Sue Leonard, who also coaches the MCs. These people give many hours of their time, both on trips and while the bands are performing in town. And Patty wants to express her gratitude. And now our third big treat of the evening, our second stage band from Laurie, and under the direction of Mr. Scott Martin, the Laurie Stage Band.
Hi, I'm Chris Patton, and the next song we'll be playing is Pardon My Blues by Jeff Taylor with 2 trumpet solos by Evan Kleindinks and Mike Patton with a trombone solo by Chris Moisey and a guitar solo by Chris Lutz.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Leem, and the next song we're playing is a ballad called Only Yesterday, and it features a tenor solo by Paul Berard.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I must interrupt for just a second. Would Esther Perry please go to the phone in the office? Esther Perry?
Hi, my name is Paul Berard, and the last piece we're going to be playing for you tonight is If I Were a Monk, and it will feature solos by Graham Wilson on trumpet and Chris Lutz on guitar.
Thank you, Mr. Martin and the Laurie Jazz Band. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of part one, I'm sorry. Before the intermission, let me just mention one thing here. Shaw Cable is making a video of all 3 nights, and those videos are available to you if you wish to order them. You can have 1 night or 2 nights or all 3 nights. Please see Davina Turby in the office if you wish to order videos. The intermission will be 15 minutes long. After 10 minutes, there will be a 5-minute bell. And then following that will be a 2-minute bell. And we hope to see you back here in 15 minutes. There's coffee and other beverages available to you outside. Please make a point of looking around the building, examine the rooms, the furniture, the artwork, and make yourself acquainted with the building. See you back here in 15. Everybody ready for the second part of this evening band concert? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on to our second part, and as you can see, the band is all ready to go, let me just mention that there are several things that happen in the background here. What you see on stage, of course, is not the full picture. There are many other things happening. For example, the stage manager. You don't see the stage manager, but he's there. That's Brian Morrison, and he is actually the stage manager for the theater. Then up there in the back, there's on the sound equipment is Ben Blomander, and there's George Antonio on lights, and many other people connected with an operation such as this that really don't appear. I'd like to mention in particular at this stage Paul Kershaw. Now, Paul is really the mainspring of this evening's whole show. He is the stage director, and he has been responsible for putting this whole thing together and for making sure that it stays together. So, Paul Kershaw.
And just while we're introducing people, Bud, we would like to bring to your attention the fact that Davina Turvey, our theatre manager, is in the lobby this evening. She would be very pleased if you would introduce yourselves to her, ask her about upcoming events, and incidentally, if you feel so inclined, you can organize tours to see your way through the theatre by simply talking to her. Before we start, very briefly, it is your theatre, Cranbrook. Please support it with your memberships, and if you feel so inclined, you musical parents, this is the time we would like to put in a plug for the piano fund. We need $18,000. At the moment, we've got $1,700. So it make us a nice gift, a nice memorial, and your contribution to the future music in this building.
And now, the 86 members of the Parkland Concert Band under the direction of Patty Stock is ready to go.
Hello, my name is Ryan Young, and the first song our concert band will be playing for you is Nathan Hale Trilogy. Nathan Hale was a young American soldier who fought in the Revolutionary War of 1776. He was hanged by the British for being a spy. This three-part song is dedicated to the strength and courage which Nathan displayed during the face of war.
piece we'll be playing for you is Everything I Do For You, the theme song from the movie Robin Hood. It was arranged by Brian Adams and Robert Donley and features an alto sax solo by Linda Miller throughout the song. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jamie Lund, and the next piece that will be played for you is from the comedy film and television series called The Addams Family. I hope you like our background effects.
Just before Brad does the announcing, I would like to offer my thank you to Davina Turvey, Paul Kershaw, Miggs Sawchuck, and Bud Abbott for their help in facilitating the whole band night. It's such an honor to be part of this opening week's activities, and I really appreciate that the school bands were included. We know that this theater will definitely enrich our lives living here in Cranbrook, and it will enrich the lives of our students. But I would like to speak about one other area of enrichment that is open to our young people here, and that's the idea of going away to band camp in the summers. As most of you know, there are very few private teachers here in Cranbrook, but when students go away to band camp, they are able to work with a world-class teacher and participate in ensembles with very high-caliber teenagers from other parts of North America. In the past 15 years, Cranbrook students have gone to Moscow, Idaho, Courtenay, BC, Camrose, Alberta, Edmonton, Calgary, and the international band camp at Bottineau, North Dakota. The international one has been the most popular one because it has 400 students per week, and they come from up to 40 different countries. So students end up with an incredible list of pen pals when they come home. During the week, they spend time in large group rehearsals, section rehearsals, theory classes, and private lessons. We have several students in the Parkland band who have been to the camp, and I know there are several students from Laurie School who have also gone to the camp. We would like to thank the service clubs of Cranbrook for supporting the scholarship programs, and I know Scott Martin would join me in this, that we would definitely like to thank our band parent associations for helping to fund trips and the scholarships. And just one more thing before Senor takes over here. We have scholarship auditions at Parkland on Tuesday, March the 10th, and I believe from Mr. Martin that the Laurie School scholarship auditions will be held on April 28th. We encourage all of our band students to try out for these scholarships and go to one of the band camps that I just spoke of. Thank you for supporting our programs.
Good evening, my name is Brad McInnes. Up till now we've been playing basically slower songs for you, so we're going to pick up the pace, one of my favorites. It's called Tequila.
Thank you, Mrs. Stark and the Parkland Concert Band. They were really good and we really enjoyed it. Now you're going to have a problem of moving off and others coming on. Are you? Okay. This will be interesting to see how it works. Okay. Gentlemen, while these young musicians are taking their place and getting their music sorted out and everything ready to go, let me just tell you a little bit about concert bands. Concert bands are ensembles of 45 players or more, and they have more varied instruments like flutes and timpanis and chimes and all sorts of extra items. They're sort of sound of the 40s type big jazz band. And these groups play much more varied music, which includes stuff like classical, jazz, rock, Latin, pop, and so forth. Very versatile.
Thank you, Bud. And now, if I might just take a moment, I have a list of parents from the Laurie Parent Band Committee that need a special thank you this evening. If you'll forgive me, I'll just read through the names very quickly, and if you'll hold your applause to the end. Sandy Zesnick, Marcella Hookinson, Nancy Banks, Sandy Mackinaw, Rod and Judy Gilmore, Wendy Nelson, Mrs. Lehman, Noelle Alim, Nancy Kleindeist, Carol Patton, Claire McMillan, and a score of others too numerous to mention, but these people in particular deserve our special thanks.
Another little piece of information for you, the Laurie Senior Concert Band, 70-piece band, comprises of students from 9 and 10. This band is gearing up for a trip to Calgary Concert Band Festival that will take place at the end of March. So they're on their way at the end of next month to Calgary. Now, ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Scott Martin, the Laurie Concert Band.
Hi, my name is Derek, and the first piece we will be playing is Lost Arcos, and it's written by Anne McGinty.
Hi, my name's Tara Bailey, and the next piece we'll be playing is Buccaneer Suite. We're playing two sections from Night Watch and Treasure Hunt, arranged by Stuart Glazer.
Hi, my name is Jody. The next song we will be playing for you is called Joint Winds, written and arranged by Ed Huckby. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name's Shalyn Mayer, and the final piece that we're going to play for you this evening is called Overture and a Shaker Tune by John Higgins.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a thrill it is to belong to a community with so many talented and dedicated young performers. To those people in the seats this evening, to those people still on stage, a very, very special thank you from all of us. And now I've asked to be Mother Bear for just a moment. Could I remind all musicians that they are responsible for their instruments and their music? And Bud, I turn it over to you.
Thank you, Miggs. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of this evening's performance and, of course, to the end of this special 3-day gala opening of this beautiful facility. We hope all of you have enjoyed yourselves, and we wish you a very safe journey home. Good night.
Because we are